Hi, Rachel 4D Fortune here, the Psychic Socialite. I'm coming to you, not live, this is recorded, but with a message that was requested from one of my followers on Facebook, actually. I had gone live a couple of hours ago and decided to speak on friendship, and she asked me to elaborate more on the subject at hand, so I'm creating this video now. I will be speaking today about how to be a supportive socialite in 5 minutes. First of all, what is a socialite? L-I-G-H-T. For me, I decided that I didn't want to just represent being a psychic in a social setting or becoming psychically strong in that setting without encouraging people also to shine their lights in that setting. And when I say shine your light, I mean intentionally shining your light in every way from a higher level of consciousness, while alone and with others. If we're able to tap into our higher consciousness, we're able to actually represent that light source that has created us, molded us, shaped us, and continues to encourage us along our journey. We can do that anytime we choose to do that. And every time we choose to do that, we hold space for someone to be able to do that for themselves and their community. Our world can be a really dark place, so we're all here at this time to spread love and light. It's not just on the surface level either. People get this misconstrued, I think. This is on an intimate level, not just with other people, but with yourself. Today I'm going to share a couple of ways in which you can be a supportive socialite in 5 minutes. It really doesn't take a lot of time. It takes maybe 5 minutes for you to do these things that I'm going to express to you. We all have relationships of some kind. So some of them have withstood the test of time, and others have recently been birthed, and they are full of passion and potential. So what do they have in common? The need for you to show up and be ready to be a light and a source of love. One way to do this is by holding space for your friends and your loved ones. Say your friend is going through a rough situation, which they all do, we all go through them, and needs your support. This may show up as crying, striking things, cursing someone out who's not in the room, all those other things that are full of negative energy. In this instance, holding space means accepting them at that moment with compassion, non-judgment, and unconditional love in a physical, mental, and spiritual way. This looks like, I can't believe what I'm going through. I hate this person. This blah, 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 I done did this, blah, 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 did that. I can't stand him. I don't know why I even deal with him. I'm so tired of this. I'm so sick of this. I don't know what to do. Or, you know what? Forget this job, man. All I need to do is go into business for myself. Man, forget this job. I gave them all my life. Man, I give them 80 hours a week. I give them all of my money because I got to spend my money to go and make some money. And then when I get the money, I got to spend it again to live. I don't have nothing to show for this stuff. I don't even know why I'm doing it. In those kind of experiences, it's like, you can't really say anything at the moment because the person just got to get their thing out. You know, like they just really have to be able to let it out and let it go. And they're coming to you because they trust you. They're being vulnerable with their pain. They need someone to support them in this moment of just like this aha moment that's going on for them. So for you, what you would do is that's it. You don't say nothing. Don't say a thing. Because the thing about it is that you can't offer them anything in that moment that they're not offering themselves. You have to just hold the space for them to let it rip. They gotta get it out. There's nothing you're going to say that's right. If you say anything, you might jeopardize your friendship at that moment. Yeah, they might come back later and realize you didn't mean it. You might have to apologize, though. Like, I had to do this recently for someone I was holding space for, who just really like needed me to just listen and not take any of it personally. That's the other part. You can't take it personally for this to work. For you to be able to hold space for them, you cannot take it personally. So yeah, you can do that in a matter of 5 minutes. Like, honestly, I feel like 5 minutes is a good amount of time for you to really like allow for someone to just vent and go off. Because after that, you're making a decision to stay in there with that person. That's not necessarily holding space for that person. But if it's something that's really, really big, you might have to come and go from that holding that space. Like, just for your own safety, spiritually, you know, because there is a lot of negativity involved. Now, on the flip side, you can hold space for someone having a really great experience. Like, they might be going through something that they just want to share it with. They just want to share this energy with. And it's really positive, but it's over the top. Okay? So this would look like, ah! Oh my God! I'm going out with this dude. You know, this cute dude from work, the guy from work, girl. Oh my God, what am I gonna wear? Let me fix my hair. Oh my God, I gotta go shopping. What do I smell like? I need a shave. Whoa, oh girl, oh my God. So Liz, let me tell you how it happened. Girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just goes, like, they're just, and to all my friends who have held space for me in these moments, because I love to do this to my friends. Thank you so much. I honor you for holding space for me when I'm just so happy I don't know what to do with myself. But holding space in this moment still is, it's just really less of a, you know, the emotion is different. It goes from negative to positive. But it's balanced. It helps to balance the experience, because there is such a thing as being overjoyed. Like, that's not necessarily a place where you can stay for too long. You can stay there for a little bit, but you really can't. It's addictive to be in that space. You shouldn't stay there all the time. Like, that is not really realistic. That's not real. You know, if you, and the expectation of that is not real. You're going to have highs and lows, and a supportive friend, loved one, partner, whatever you are, is going to recognize that we are human beings and we go through our stuff, both high and low, good or bad, better or worse, sickness, health, all that stuff. And being supportive and a social light, be it in a social setting, be it in a, you know, one-on-one personal setting, in an intimate setting, is knowing where that begins and ends for you. You can't get caught up in somebody else's joy for too long either. You got to experience your own joy. Okay, so the other part of holding space is the reciprocity, because you are definitely going to be, you're going to be blessed for holding space for someone else. You know, everything that we do, we honestly experience it together and separately. And everything that we experience from one position in our lives, we take to the next one, be it positive or negative. So if you have a lot of people that are around you and they are like just Debbie Downers, guess how you're going to start acting? Down. You're going down. But if you got somebody that's just super, like, always just turned up all the time, it's going to be hard to deal with them all the time. It is just going to be hard. And I'm speaking for myself, about myself, to myself, and to you. This message is for you, but it's also for me. I'm learning as I'm going, because all these messages that I'm speaking are being channeled from my higher self. So this is my lab of love and light for myself as well. I'm not preaching at nobody or anything like this. This is something that I have learned to be real and true in my own life, and I'm here to speak on it and share it with you all. So the thing about holding space for someone, it builds trust, it builds love, it deepens your connections. It also requires vulnerability. Not just on the other person's end. You're opening yourself up as well. Who really wants to be yelled at? Nobody. But when you allow your ego to be removed and your higher self to reside in your body while holding space for someone, you can see your own reflection in that person and that you're holding space for. It's medicine for your soul. It can offer up blessings that help you move forward in your own life and your own journey and deepen your understanding of yourself. Another way to be a supportive social light in 5 minutes is standing in the gap for someone. This is when your friend or your loved one has been traumatized. They're unable to find peace, love, or balance during a situation that has basically kidnapped their mind from their body and spirit. So an example of this is the death of a loved one, betrayal, finding out the truth about a situation that the person has suspected wasn't right for them, depression, both long-term and short-term. Let's see what else. Breakups, being bullied, if it's your child or if it's someone, who's a friend, being bullied, rape, incest, sexual harassment, these things that are traumatic, they can make somebody lose their minds, even if only for a few minutes or hours. And this is an opportunity for you to stand in the gap between their mind and their body and spirit. They'll physically show you signs of pain. Those signs look like sweating profusely, breathing really fast, crying, just talking and crying, shaking, pacing back and forth, or rapidly talking, questioning themselves, etc. You can help them by stopping them and speaking light and love into their situation. Perhaps doing some form of energy work, some type of spiritual intercession like prayer, something that is soothing. You're allowing yourself, your higher self, to intercede from the fourth dimension, also known as heaven, and allowing your higher power to use you to give love to this person or this group of people in their time of need. This is what I do for a living. This is my calling. I hold space and I stand in the gap for people who need a little support along their journey. My tools for standing in the gap include Reiki, which is a healing energy that I work with that I became attuned to 5 years ago. It's using channeled symbols that I send through space to someone who has been through something traumatizing to their mind or body. An example of this may be a person who has had a recent surgery or medical procedure. Someone who might be experiencing physical symptoms of something that is based in their spirit, like migraines, anxiety, loss of sleep, etc. Excuse me. I also hold space for someone during my 2-hour intuitive counseling sessions, and I stand in the gap for them, using a variety of tools that will empower them to be more connected with their source and their higher self. We all go through pain. We all experience sorrow and sadness. But on the other hand, we all celebrate life and experience happiness. I invite you to invest in yours with an intuitive counseling session with me, if you feel so called to do so. I'm here for you and would love to support you with light and love from the ether realm. Try to use these methods that I spoke of today, though, on your own, to be a light, to be a social light to the world, through cultivating positive habits in your relationships, such as standing in the gap and holding space for someone. That's about it, guys. I thank you for watching this video. Once again, I'm